Have you ever felt that nagging itch on your back and wondered if it means something more? Well, you're not alone. Many people experience itchy backs, but few realize that these sensations might carry deeper spiritual meanings. It's not just a random itch. Your body could be trying to tell you something important about your life, emotions, and spiritual journey. In this video, we're going to uncover the hidden messages behind the itches in different areas of your back. From your lower back all the way up to your shoulder blades, each spot has its own unique spiritual significance. This isn't just some made-up idea. It's based on ancient wisdom and modern spiritual practices that have helped countless people understand themselves better. Think about it. How often have you dismissed an itchy back as just another annoying bodily sensation? But what if I told you that the exact spot where you feel that itch could reveal insights about your financial worries, emotional burdens, or even your life's purpose? It's like your body has its own secret language, and today, we're going to decode it together. Whether you're dealing with stress at work, relationship issues, or just feeling stuck in life, understanding the spiritual meaning of your itchy back could be the key to unlocking new perspectives and solutions. Now, you might be thinking, come on, how can a simple itch mean all that? I get it. It sounds a bit out there at first. But stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll start to see your body's signals in a whole new light. You'll learn how to listen to what your back is trying to tell you, and trust me, it could change the way you approach your daily life and challenges. So, let's dive into the fascinating world of back itches and their spiritual meanings. Now that we've got your attention, let's talk about why understanding these spiritual meanings is so important. It's not just about scratching an itch. It's about scratching beneath the surface of your everyday experiences to find deeper meaning and personal growth. When you start to pay attention to these physical sensations and their spiritual significance, you open up a whole new way of understanding yourself and your place in the world. Think of it like this. Your body is like a best friend who's always trying to give you advice. But instead of using words, it uses sensations like itches, aches, and tingles. By learning to interpret these signals, you're basically learning a new language, the language of your own body and spirit. And just like learning any new language, it can open up a whole new world of understanding and connection. Understanding the spiritual meaning of your itchy back can help you in so many ways. For starters, it can alert you to issues in your life that you might be ignoring or not fully aware of. Maybe you've been feeling stressed about money, but you've been pushing those worries to the back of your mind. Suddenly, your lower back starts itching like crazy. Once you know that the lower back is connected to financial security in spiritual terms, you might realize it's time to face those money worries head-on. Or maybe you've been taking on too much responsibility at work or in your relationships. You're feeling overwhelmed, but you haven't really acknowledged it yet. Then your upper back, around your shoulder blades, starts to itch. Knowing that this area is spiritually linked to burdens and responsibilities, you might recognize that it's time to delegate some tasks or ask for help. But it's not just about identifying problems. Understanding these spiritual meanings can also help you tap into your strengths and potential. For example, an itchy middle back might be a sign that you're ready to open your heart more and improve your relationships. It's like your body is giving you a little nudge, saying, "Hey, you've got this." It's time to connect with others on a deeper level. Learning about these spiritual meanings can also help you become more mindful and in tune with your body. In our busy, noisy world, it's easy to ignore what our bodies are telling us. We push through pain, dismiss discomfort, and ignore subtle signals. But when you start paying attention to something as simple as an itchy back, you're practicing mindfulness. You're learning to be present in your body and aware of its messages. This kind of body awareness can lead to better overall health, reduce stress, and a stronger connection between your physical and spiritual self. Moreover, understanding these spiritual meanings can be incredibly empowering. Instead of feeling like you're at the mercy of random itches or aches, you start to see them as valuable information. You become an active participant in your own well-being, both physical and spiritual. It's like having a secret superpower, the ability to decode your body's hidden messages. And let's not forget the element of personal growth. As you learn to interpret these spiritual meanings, you'll likely start to notice patterns in your life. Maybe you always get an itchy lower back when you're worried about money. Or perhaps your upper back acts up whenever you're not being true to yourself. Recognizing these patterns can lead to profound self-discovery and personal development. You might uncover unconscious beliefs or habits that have been holding you back and find new ways to overcome challenges and grow as a person. Now that we've talked about why these spiritual meanings are so important, let's get a sneak peek at what we're going to cover in this video. We're going on a journey through the different regions of your back, exploring what each area means in spiritual terms. It's like a road trip, but instead of visiting different cities, we're visiting different parts of your back, and trust me, the views are just as interesting. First, we're going to start at the bottom and work our way up. We'll begin with the lower back, or the lumbar region. This is the area just above your hips, and in spiritual terms, it's all about foundation, support, and yes, even money. We'll dive into what it means when this area gets itchy and how it might relate to your financial situation or your sense of security in life. Then, we'll move up to the middle back. This is the part of your back that's roughly in line with your heart. Spiritually, this area is connected to emotions, relationships, and balance. If you've been feeling an itch here, it could be telling you something important about your emotional life or your connections with others. Next, we'll reach the upper back, focusing on the area around your shoulder blades or scapulae. This region is spiritually linked to responsibility, burdens, and life purpose. An itch here might be a sign that you're carrying too much on your shoulders, and not just in a physical sense. But we won't stop there. We'll also touch on some other specific areas of the back and what they might mean. For example, did you know that the right side and left side of your back could have different spiritual meanings? We'll explore these nuances and give you a full picture of what your back might be trying to tell you. Throughout our journey, we'll not only explain what each area means, but we'll also give you practical examples of how these meanings might show up in your life. We want you to be able to connect the dots between what you're feeling physically and what's happening in your life spiritually and emotionally. And here's the really exciting part. We're not just going to give you information and leave you hanging. We're going to show you how to use this knowledge in your everyday life. You'll learn how to tune in to your body's signals, interpret what they might mean, and use that insight to make positive changes in your life. It's like having a spiritual translator right at your fingertips. We'll also share some real-life stories and examples. These aren't just made-up scenarios. They're based on real experiences that people have had when they started paying attention to the spiritual meanings of their itchy backs. These stories will help you see how this knowledge can be applied in practical, meaningful ways. By the end of this video, you'll have a whole new understanding of what your itchy back might be trying to tell you. You'll be equipped with knowledge that can help you navigate life's challenges, understand yourself better, and maybe even find some solutions to problems you've been struggling with. Remember, this isn't about replacing medical advice or ignoring physical symptoms. If you have persistent or concerning physical symptoms, always consult with a healthcare professional. What we're exploring here is an additional layer of understanding, a spiritual perspective that can complement your overall approach to health and well-being. So, are you ready to decode the secret messages your back has been trying to send you? Let's dive in and explore the fascinating world of itchy backs and their spiritual meanings. Get ready to see your body, and maybe even your life, in a whole new way. Let's start our journey at the base of your spine, the lower back, also known as the lumbar region. This area is like the foundation of a house. Just as a strong foundation is crucial for a sturdy home, your lower back is essential for your overall well-being, both physical and spiritual. When you feel an itch or discomfort here, it's not just a random sensation. It could be your body's way of drawing attention to your spiritual foundation. In spiritual terms, the lower back is closely linked to feelings of security, stability, and support. It's where we hold our most basic fears and concerns, especially those related to survival and material well-being. Think about it. When you're worried about paying bills or keeping a roof over your head, where do you often feel tension? That's right, in your lower back. An itchy lower back might be telling you to pay attention to your financial situation. Are you feeling insecure about money? Maybe you're worried about job stability or unexpected expenses. Your body might be urging you to address these concerns instead of pushing them to the back of your mind. It's like your spiritual self is saying, hey, we need to talk about this. But it's not just about money. The lower back also represents your overall sense of support in life. This could be financial support, emotional support, or even spiritual support. When this area itches, it might be time to ask yourself, do I feel supported in my life? Am I supporting myself enough? Sometimes, we forget to acknowledge the support we have or neglect to ask for help when we need it. Your itchy lower back could be a gentle reminder to lean on your support system or to start building one if you feel it's lacking. Interestingly, in many spiritual traditions, the lower back is associated with the root chakra. This energy center is all about grounding, stability, and our connection to the physical world. When your lower back itches, it might be a sign that your root chakra needs some attention. Maybe you're feeling disconnected from your physical surroundings or struggling to feel grounded in your daily life. So, what can you do if you're experiencing an itchy lower back? First, take a moment to check in with yourself. Are there any financial worries you've been avoiding? Any areas of your life where you feel unsupported? This is your chance to face these issues head-on. Maybe it's time to create a budget, have a conversation with your boss about job security, or reach out to friends and family for emotional support. You might also try some grounding exercises. Something as simple as walking barefoot on grass or taking a few deep breaths while imagining roots growing from your feet into the earth can help you feel more stable and connected. These practices can help balance your root chakra and potentially alleviate that itchy sensation. Remember, your lower back is carrying a lot, both physically and spiritually. It's supporting your entire upper body, just like it's supporting your sense of security in life. When it calls for your attention through an itch, it's an opportunity to strengthen your foundation. By addressing the spiritual aspects connected to your lower back, you're not just scratching an itch, you're building a stronger base for your entire life. Now, let's move up to the middle of your back. This area, spanning from just below your shoulder blades to just above your waist, is like the heart of your back. And just like your actual heart, this region is deeply connected to your emotions and relationships. When you feel an itch or sensation here, it's often a sign that something's stirring in your emotional world. In spiritual terms, the middle back is associated with love, connection, and emotional balance. It's where we process and store many of our feelings, especially those related to our interactions with others. Have you ever felt a knot in this part of your back when you're going through relationship troubles or feeling emotionally overwhelmed? That's no coincidence. An itchy middle back might be your body's way of saying, hey, let's talk about your feelings. Maybe you've been bottling up emotions, trying to be strong for everyone else while neglecting your own emotional needs. Or perhaps there's a relationship in your life that needs some attention. That persistent itch could be urging you to open up, express yourself, or address an emotional issue you've been avoiding. This area is also closely linked to giving and receiving love. In many spiritual traditions, it's associated with the heart chakra, which governs our capacity for compassion, empathy, and connection with others. When your middle back itches, it might be time to ask yourself, am I giving enough love? Am I allowing myself to receive love? Sometimes, we get so caught up in the daily grind that we forget to nurture our relationships and show affection to those around us. Interestingly, the middle back is also connected to guilt and forgiveness. Carrying around unresolved guilt or holding grudges can manifest as physical tension or discomfort in this area. If you're experiencing persistent itching here, it might be worth exploring if there's something you need to forgive, either in someone else or in yourself. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or condoning harmful actions, but it can free you from carrying emotional burdens that weigh you down. Another aspect to consider is emotional balance. The middle back, being at the center of your body, plays a crucial role in maintaining equilibrium, both physically and emotionally. An itch here could be a sign that your emotional scales are tipped. Maybe you've been experiencing extreme highs and lows, or perhaps you've been feeling emotionally numb. Your body might be signaling that it's time to find some middle ground and restore balance to your emotional life. So, what can you do if your middle back is calling for attention? Start by taking some time for emotional self-reflection. Are there any feelings you've been pushing aside? Any relationships that need some TLC? This is your chance to check in with your heart and see what it needs. Practicing heart-opening exercises can be really helpful. Try some gentle back bends or chest-opening yoga poses. These can help release tension in your middle back and symbolically open your heart. Deep breathing exercises, focusing on your heart area, can also help you connect with your emotions and promote healing in this region. Don't forget the power of expression. Sometimes, that itchy feeling might be alleviated by simply talking about your feelings with a trusted friend or writing in a journal. Letting your emotions flow freely, instead of keeping them bottled up, can bring relief not just emotionally, but physically as well. Remember, your middle back is carrying your heart, both literally and figuratively. When it calls for your attention, it's an opportunity to nurture your emotional well-being and strengthen your connections with others. By addressing the spiritual aspects linked to your middle back, you're not just soothing an itch, you're opening your heart to more love, balance, and emotional fulfillment in your life. As we reach the top of our journey up the back, we come to the upper back, focusing on the area around your shoulder blades or scapulae. This region is like the workhouse of your back, carrying the weight of your arms and playing a crucial role in many of your daily movements. But in spiritual terms, it's carrying much more than just physical weight. It's where we often hold our burdens, responsibilities, and even our sense of life purpose. When you feel an itch or tension in your upper back, it's like your body is tapping you on the shoulder, quite literally, and saying, "Hey, we need to talk about what you're carrying." This area is closely associated with the responsibilities and burdens we take on in life. Think about the phrase, weight of the world on your shoulders. It's not just a saying, it's a very real sensation that many of us experience in this part of our backs. An itchy upper back might be telling you that you're carrying too much. Maybe you've taken on more responsibilities at work than you can handle. Or perhaps you're the person everyone relies on in your family or friend group, and you're feeling the strain of always being there for others. Your body might be urging you to lighten your load, to delegate some tasks, or to simply acknowledge that you're carrying a lot. But it's not just about the burdens we carry. The upper back is also linked to our sense of personal power and our ability to reach our goals. In many spiritual traditions, this area is associated with the throat chakra, which governs self-expression and the manifestation of our desires. When your upper back itches, it might be time to ask yourself, am I speaking my truth? Am I pursuing my goals and dreams? Or am I holding myself back? Interestingly, the left and right sides of your upper back might carry different meanings. In some spiritual beliefs, the left side is connected to receiving, accepting help, love, or support from others. The right side, on the other hand, is more about giving, offering your skills, love, or assistance to the world. If you notice the itch is more pronounced on one side, it might be worth considering if you need to balance your giving and receiving. The upper back is also closely tied to our life purpose or dharma. It's where we often feel the call of our higher self or the pull towards our true path in life. An persistent itch in this area could be a sign that you're not fully aligned with your purpose. Maybe you're in a job that doesn't fulfill you, or you're not using your unique gifts and talents in a way that feels meaningful. Your body might be nudging you to explore your passions and find ways to incorporate them more into your life. So, what can you do if your upper back is calling for attention? Start by taking stock of your responsibilities. Are there any that you can let go of or share with others? Learning to say no to things that don't align with your values or that overburden you can bring immense relief, both spiritually and physically. Practicing shoulder and upper back stretches can be very beneficial. As you stretch, imagine releasing not just physical tension, but also the emotional and spiritual burdens you've been carrying. You might even try a visualization exercise where you picture heavy backpacks or weights on your shoulders, and then mentally remove them, feeling lighter with each breath. Don't forget the power of self-expression. If your upper back itch is related to the throat chakra, finding ways to express yourself more authentically can help. This could be through creative pursuits, having honest conversations with loved ones, or even singing or chanting. Anything that allows you to use your voice and express your true self can bring healing to this area. Remember, your upper back is carrying your ability to reach out to the world, to give and receive, and to pursue your life's purpose. When it calls for your attention, it's an opportunity to reassess what you're carrying and ensure it aligns with who you truly are. By addressing the spiritual aspects connected to your upper back, you're not just relieving an itch. You're aligning yourself more fully with your path in life and learning to carry your responsibilities in a way that empowers rather than burdens you. Now that we've covered the main regions of your back, let's explore some other specific areas that might be trying to communicate with you through that pesky itch. Your back is like a detailed map of your spiritual and emotional life, and even the smallest areas can hold significant meaning. Let's start with the sides of your back. In many spiritual traditions, the right and left sides of the body are believed to have different energetic properties. The right side is often associated with giving, action, and masculine energy. If you're feeling an itch on the right side of your back, it might be a sign that you need to take action in some area of your life. Maybe you've been putting off a decision or hesitating to start a new project. Your body could be urging you to move forward, to give of yourself, or to assert yourself more in the world. On the other hand, the left side is often linked to receiving, intuition, and feminine energy. An itch on the left side of your back might be telling you it's time to open yourself up to receiving, whether that's help, love, or new opportunities. Perhaps you've been too focused on giving and have forgotten to allow good things to come to you. This could be a reminder to trust your intuition more and to be open to the support and abundance that the universe is offering you. Now, let's talk about the spine itself. Your spine is literally the backbone of your body, providing support and allowing for movement and flexibility. In spiritual terms, it's seen as the central channel for your life energy. If you're feeling an itch directly on your spine, it could be a sign that your energy flow is blocked in some way. This might be a good time to look at your overall life balance. Are you feeling stuck or stagnant in any area of your life? Your spine might be asking you to find ways to get your energy moving again, whether that's through physical activity, meditation, or making changes in your daily routine. The area between your shoulder blades, sometimes called the interscapular region, is another spot that often calls for attention. This area is associated with the heart chakra and is believed to be a place where we hold unexpressed emotions, particularly grief or heartache. If you're feeling a persistent itch here, it might be time to ask yourself if there's any emotional pain you've been holding onto. Maybe there's a loss you haven't fully processed or a relationship issue you've been avoiding. Your body could be encouraging you to face these feelings and allow yourself to heal. Let's not forget about the very top of your back, right at the base of your neck. This area is closely linked to the base of your skull and is associated with the way you think and process information. An itch here might be a sign that you need to pay attention to your thought patterns. Are you overthinking things? Are you stuck in negative thought loops? This could be your body's way of saying it's time to shift your perspective or to give your mind a break. Practices like meditation or mindfulness could be particularly helpful if you're experiencing discomfort in this area. Finally, let's consider the very bottom of your back, right above your tailbone. This area is connected to your root chakra and is associated with your most basic needs and your connection to the physical world. An itch here might be alerting you to issues related to your sense of safety, security, or belonging. It could be a reminder to ground yourself, to connect with nature, or to address any concerns about your basic needs being met. Remember, these are just general guidelines. The specific meaning of an itch can vary from person to person based on their individual experiences and spiritual beliefs. The key is to pay attention to your body and to trust your intuition about what these sensations might mean for you. Now that we've explored the spiritual meanings behind itchy backs, you might be wondering, okay, this is interesting, but how do I actually use this information in my everyday life? Great question. Let's dive into some practical ways you can apply this knowledge to enhance your spiritual awareness and overall well-being. First and foremost, start paying attention to your body. When you feel an itch on your back, don't just scratch it and forget about it. Take a moment to notice exactly where the itch is located. Is it on your lower back, upper back, right side, or left side? Once you've pinpointed the location, think about what that area represents spiritually. This simple act of awareness can be the first step in uncovering important messages from your body and spirit. Next, try keeping a journal of your back itches. It might sound a bit odd at first, But tracking when and where you experience these sensations can reveal interesting patterns over time. Maybe you notice that your lower back always gets itchy when you're stressed about money. Or perhaps your upper back starts to itch whenever you're taking on too much responsibility at work. By recognizing these patterns, you can start to address the underlying issues more effectively. When you do notice an itch, use it as a prompt for self-reflection. Ask yourself questions based on the spiritual meaning of that area. If it's your middle back, you might ask, how am I feeling emotionally right now? Or, are there any relationships in my life that need attention? If it's your upper back, you could ask, am I carrying too many burdens? Or, am I living in alignment with my life purpose? These questions can lead to valuable insights and help you make positive changes in your life. Don't forget about the power of mindfulness and meditation. When you feel an itch, instead of immediately scratching it, try sitting with the sensation for a moment. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and focus your attention on the itchy area. Sometimes, simply bringing conscious awareness to a part of your body can alleviate discomfort and provide spiritual insights. You can also use visualization techniques to work with the energy of different back areas. For example, if your lower back is itchy and you're feeling financially insecure, try visualizing a strong, stable tree growing from your lower back, with roots reaching deep into the earth. This can help you feel more grounded and secure. Or if your upper back is itchy and you're feeling overburdened, imagine releasing heavy weights from your shoulders, feeling lighter with each breath. Physical practices can be incredibly helpful too. Yoga, stretching, or gentle back exercises can not only alleviate physical discomfort, but also help move energy through your body. As you do these exercises, set an intention based on the spiritual meaning of the area you're focusing on. For instance, if you're doing a heart-opening back bend for your middle back, you might set an intention to open yourself to giving and receiving more love. Remember, this knowledge isn't meant to replace medical advice. If you're experiencing persistent or severe back pain, it's important to consult with a healthcare professional. However, you can use this spiritual understanding alongside conventional treatments to support your overall healing process. Lastly, don't be afraid to share this knowledge with others. Talk to friends or family members about what you've learned. You might be surprised at how many people have had similar experiences or find this information helpful. Sharing can also help reinforce your own understanding and open up interesting conversations about the mind-body-spirit connection. I want to share a personal experience that really brought home the power of understanding the spiritual meanings of an itchy back. A few years ago, I was going through a particularly stressful time at work. I had taken on a big project and was feeling overwhelmed by the responsibility. At the same time, I noticed that my upper back, right around my shoulder blades, was constantly itchy and tense. At first, I dismissed it as just stress-related tension. I tried massages, stretching, even a new ergonomic chair, but nothing seemed to help. Then I remembered what I had learned about the spiritual meaning of the upper back, how it's connected to the burdens we carry and our sense of personal power. It was like a light bulb went off in my head. I realized that I wasn't just carrying the weight of the project on my shoulders. I was carrying the weight of my own expectations, my fear of failure, and my reluctance to ask for help. My itchy upper back wasn't just a physical symptom. It was my body trying to tell me that I was taking on too much. Once I made this connection, I decided to take action. I had an honest conversation with my boss about my workload and asked for some additional support on the project. I also started practicing daily affirmations to boost my confidence and remind myself of my capabilities. I even took up archery as a hobby. Something about the focus and posture required seemed to really help release tension in my upper back. To my surprise, within a few weeks, the persistent itch began to subside. As I learned to delegate tasks and trust in my abilities, I literally felt the weight lifting off my shoulders. This experience taught me firsthand how powerful it can be to listen to the messages our bodies are sending us. Now, whenever I feel that familiar itch between my shoulder blades, I take it as a gentle reminder to check in with myself. Am I taking on too much? Am I standing in my personal power? It's become a valuable tool for maintaining balance in my life and staying true to myself. This personal journey really underscored for me the deep connection between our physical sensations and our spiritual and emotional well-being. It showed me that our bodies are constantly communicating with us. We just need to learn how to listen and interpret the messages. As we come to the end of our journey exploring the spiritual meanings of an itchy back, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've discovered. We've traveled from the sturdy foundation of the lower back, through the emotional heart of the middle back, up to the responsibility-bearing upper back, and even explored some specific areas in between. Along the way, we've uncovered a wealth of wisdom that our bodies are constantly trying to share with us. Remember, the next time you feel that nagging itch on your back, it's not just a random sensation. It could be a message from your body and spirit, alerting you to areas of your life that need attention. Your lower back might be reminding you to address financial concerns or ground yourself more firmly in the physical world. An itch in your middle back could be encouraging you to open your heart, express your emotions, or find better balance in your relationships. And that upper back itch? It might be telling you it's time to reassess your burdens or align more closely with your life's purpose. But knowing these meanings is just the first step. The real magic happens when you start to apply this knowledge in your daily life. By paying attention to your body's signals, reflecting on their spiritual significance, and taking action based on these insights, you can create profound changes in your life. You can address issues before they become major problems, tap into your inner wisdom, and live in greater harmony with your true self. Remember, this isn't about replacing medical advice or ignoring physical symptoms. It's about adding another layer of understanding to your overall health and well-being. It's about recognizing that we are more than just physical beings. We are spiritual beings having a physical experience, and every part of that experience holds meaning. As you move forward from here, I encourage you to stay curious and open-minded. Keep exploring the connection between your physical sensations and your spiritual journey. Listen to your body, trust your intuition, and don't be afraid to seek deeper meanings in your everyday experiences. And most importantly, be patient and kind with yourself as you learn this new language of the body. Like any new skill, it takes time and practice to become fluent. There may be times when the messages aren't clear, or when you're not sure how to interpret what you're feeling. That's okay. The journey of self-discovery is ongoing, and every step you take brings you closer to a deeper understanding of yourself and your place in the world. So the next time you feel that itch on your back, don't just reach for the nearest back scratcher. Take a moment to pause, breathe, and ask yourself, what is my body trying to tell me? You might be surprised at the wisdom and insights you uncover. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of the spiritual meanings of an itchy back. May this knowledge serve as a valuable tool on your journey towards greater self-awareness, healing, and spiritual growth. Remember, your body is always speaking to you. All you need to do is listen.